So this is just like extremely random, but I really want to say this. So I was watching a video about like kids' TV shows in England, and I was just thinking about kids' TV shows now, and there's not really many that I can think of off the top of my head, obviously, because I'm not a child and I'm not going to search it. But like, you know what Cocomelon is? Like everyone knows what Cocomelon is, and that baby on that terrifying. I'm sorry. It is. I'm sorry, but literally, I cannot look at the Cocomelon baby and think to myself, "It's a cute little baby." I think I look at it and I'm like, "That is deeply disturbing." I don't like it. And I mean, I'm saying this off the back of knowing that like kids' TV shows when I was growing up in the 2000s and the 20s, they weren't that much better. Like we had this like Step Inside, which is like a creepy TV show where in which like this like man is like a housekeeper of obviously of this big house, and like every time he hears a little jingle, he has to go inside and like read a story, and like the house is technically alive, and so is the furniture. Very very weird. There was also this show called Trapped, where in which like these kids had to do these challenges, and if they failed, they got trapped in like the level of the house that they were on, and then like the person who got to the top of the house was able to then like slide down and leave. It was a very very strange TV show. Like it just I'm like, why on earth are kids TV shows like so damn creepy? I'm like, well, I'm not gonna let my kids watch creepy TV shows. Like I have to watch it first to make sure that the TV show is good. And like honestly, if I have kids and like Bluey, like a TV show called Bluey, is still going on, I'm letting my kid watch that. Peppa Pig, definitely, because I watched that and I loved it. Probably not like the later episodes, like if they're still making like if they're still making episodes and they're still relevant when I have kids, then that most definitely. Like I don't want them to be creeped out. I also don't want them to learn about technology too quickly, so we're going to make sure that the TV shows aren't too techified and too like making my kids want to have tech, because I was 10 when I got my first phone, and my kids are going to have to be 10 to then also have their first phone. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I was also 12 when I got my first TV and 13 when I got my first laptop, which will also be the same times in which they get their first TV and laptop. Even if all the other kids have the technology before my kid, because you can like raise your kid however you want to. I'm not judging, well, at least I'm not judging publicly, but I am judging. I'm gonna say that you can't do something, but I don't want my kids to be messy, which is going to be difficult considering they are going to have half of my DNA, but we are certainly going to try. Also, I know that my Hearts to Hearts episode went out today, and today's the. It could be tomorrow actually. So I'm pretty sure I said that Hearts to Hearts is debuting. Oh, a week. Oh, right. Oh, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because it comes. Yeah, because that song comes out like a week before Kiki's does, which is Starship's new group that I'm going to be talking about. Well, you would have already had the episode, but yeah, because this goes out like in March and it's the 18th of February. It's like, if you listened to my. What did I do on what did I talk about yesterday? Madtown. It was the I literally did that yesterday, so the 17th. And I've just like been pre-recording for ages. And I'd love to upload I have a draft episode of the history of Esper, but I say the C word in it, so I'm kind of like I don't know whether or not I should go back and like cut that out. I might do that because I still want the episode to go out because it's quite funny. But obviously I don't want it to I want people to listen to it and not feel uncomfortable with the fact that I say the C word in it. But I mean, what I said is true, though. It's like C word Bob. It's a C word Bob. If you know what the C word, not poop version, but the yeah. Anyway, what are we talking about today? We're talking about two duo groups under SM Entertainment. SM do like this weird thing where in which each group that comes out is a brother and a sister group to each other. So Red Velvet and NCT are sister groups, aespa and Rise are brother and sister groups, and Hearts to Hearts and whatever group comes next are going to be sibling groups. Or it might be like different groups, I don't know. Honestly, I've just heard that, but I think it is kind of meant to be of a similar sort of vibe. Because I know Fly to the Sky and Isak and Jiyeon are meant to be kind of duo groups of the same vibe, and they were like debuted at similar times. I'm doing like airplane flight attendant exit signals with my hands right now. It's so strange. But yeah, no, we're going to be talking about Fly to the Sky and Isak and Jiyeon today. So, Fly to the Sky debuted first on the 21st of November 1999 under obviously SM Entertainment, and they moved to P4 Entertainment in 2004. Currently under H2 Entertainment, haven't been active in about 10 years, but they have said that they've not disbanded. SM don't tend to disband their groups, even though obviously they've continued their work outside of SM. Also, they don't tend to like let groups kind of carry on doing stuff together outside of their groups. Like, obviously, like they probably decided that they didn't want to carry on, and also it's been like 30 years since they were a group, so I can't imagine that they would want to do stuff together. Also, Counter's still under the company. And FX, for example, they don't have the rights to their name, and all of the members are in different stages of their own lives. And unfortunately, obviously, Sully isn't with us anymore, so I can't imagine that it would be particularly easy for them to promote again, unless they obviously go back to SM, and that would just be a big old bag of beans they'd have to sort through. So yeah, no, it isn't common, but luckily Fly to the Sky has been doing stuff outside of SM. I actually did try to record an episode, but for some reason, I think I did it after I'd been to my support group. So I was like, I don't remember the exact situation, but like I was just unhinged. It wasn't even really funny. Like I was all over the place. But no, we're doing it now. So the Fly to the Sky fandom is Fly High, and their official colour is Sky Blue. Unfortunately, we don't really have fandom colours anymore, which is a shame. But I would like to. I do always say the fandom colours if it is like stated. Also, like, I don't know if it's. I got a notification from the support group actually. And I think it was just like a general announcement. Right. I was just saying about the costumes that are available to be picked up, or they might have gone. I don't know. Because I don't. Yeah, because it's half term at the moment, so thing like the support group is still going on. It will be available on like Wednesday to go in, but like it is so unbelievably chaotic that apparently, and I don't want to even chance that because my mental health is on tenterhooks, and I quite enjoy my forehead skin. Also, there's like some light that's just like shining right in my eyes right now, so that's fun. How? I don't know what the ages of Isak and Jiyeon are before we properly get into. Oh, so they are relatively the same age as Fly to the Sky. So first we have Hwan Yun Seok, leader and main vocalist, born on the 17th of January 1982, making him a Capricorn. He was born in Seoul and went to Gwangmun High School and Kookmin University and Kyunghee University. I'm always kind of dubious about whether or not we should actually know where these people went to school, but then also I'm curious. So I'm like, I'm part of the problem, but also I don't want the problem to be there. So I'm like, which is it, Sophie? Which one? I don't know. I feel like with anything past like high school, it kind of like before high school kind of gets a bit weird. It's like in CVs, you don't typically put down anything past like your the places you got qualifications at, so like secondary school, college, university, and all that good stuff. Like, you don't put down your primary school because you don't really do any qualifications there. I don't know. It's really really weird. It's really odd. Apparently, it says here that Han He is currently under investigation for driving under the influence. Obviously, I don't know how updated this is, um, but hopefully that's not true, or he gets his punishment. I don't know. So Henry debuted as an actor in 2006 with drama Over the Rainbow. Appeared on the show We Got Married with Hwayobi in 2008. Acted in the drama Stormy Lovers in 2010. Was in the movie Star in late 2011. Signed with East Keys Company in 2012. Debuted as a soloist. Ooh, how fun did. Obviously did his military service from October of 2011 to, I can do the maths, September of 2013 as a public service worker. And then Brian, we have Brian Ju or Jun Min-kyu, lead vocalist and rapper, born on the 10th of January 1981, making him a Capricorn. And he was born in Los Angeles, California. And this is like really funny because he actually appeared on this at the What is K-pop podcast. That's my podcast. This is the podcast we're doing. I didn't even introduce myself. Hi, my name is Sophie. This is What is K-pop. Anyway, he appeared on the Korean Cowboys podcast and revealed that his friend actually signed him up for auditions. And obviously he got contacted and was like talking to the person, was like, I didn't sign up. And then like obviously got on the phone with her and was like, hey, the fuck? And she was like, oh yeah, I signed you up for the audition. And he was like, great. And yeah, so he auditioned and like he was like, I want to be a part of SM. And the guy was like, oh yeah, no, SM, you're doing an SM audition and SM are interested in you eventually. And so obviously he became a part of SM and, debuted under that name. And like when Fly to the Sky made their official debut, was actually on HOT's TV program called Login HOT, and he apparently showed a performance of a Britney Spears song, and because he was so embarrassed, he genuinely thought that his career was over. And that when he apparently got really annoyed at him for that because he wanted to be taken seriously. I kind of wonder whether or not like the dynamic between those two are actually good. From what I heard, it's like they're friends, but they're like colleague friends. Like, they've worked enough together that they can have a drink together, but then also they kind of understand that this other person is like a colleague but is also kind of a friend, but like, they keep their life separate. I don't know how to explain it. It's like friends, classroom friends. You don't hang out with them outside of class, but you're friends when you can rely on them when you're like in class together. I don't know how to explain it other than that. So apparently, Brian hasn't dated anyone in 10 years. I'm like, fair enough. Dating's hard. Dating's hard in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Every era it's hard because people are complicated. Feelings are complex, man. I don't like it. And especially when you start like when you date in your 30s, particularly because have heard a lot about this from people in their 30s saying about how it's a lot different given the fact that like these like whoever you're trying to date has history. You're never going to be someone's first. You're just going to be like another person that they've dated, another person that they've experienced things with, and trying to develop a relationship can be hard. But obviously, like if you want to, you can always make it work and stuff. And like it isn't impossible. But like dating in your 30s and obviously in your 40s is always going to be a little bit more difficult because it's like you're not that person's first. They've already done things. Yeah. And apparently some people thought because he's so he is quite close to Han. Like because he was so close to Han, they thought that they were in a relationship. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. You spend a lot of time with your group mates. Quite famously, though, actually, Only from SHINee said that all of the members, they weren't really friends, that they understood that this was just a professional relationship and that they weren't, outside of SHINee, they weren't friends. But I feel like that was more directed towards like Minho and Key. as opposed to the other members. But I know obviously they have grown a lot closer in recent years, which is understandable. But yeah, and Brian is also friends with Super Junior's Shiwon and Donghae, as well as TVXQ's Changmin, which is cool. It's also Changmin's birthday today. Like it will no longer be his birthday in an hour from when I'm recording this. But yeah, I wanted to say that because when I saw it online, I was like, yeah, my bias in TVXQ is his birthday today. I have two biases in TVXQ. I wonder who they are. It's both of them. I bias both of them. Neither of them I hate. I love. I really like TVXQ. Okay. Yeah, I will go back onto the side tangent of that in a second. But Isak and Jiyeon now. So, Isak and Jiyeon were a duo under I can't speak. Duo under SM Entertainment, debuting in 2002 and silently disbanded in 2004 because SM didn't like them. Isak was also on the Korean Cowboys podcast, and it said that just like they didn't start preparing for another song. So yeah. And then Jiyeon started preparing for another group. I believe the Grace. Yes, the Grace. She joined in 2005, so were they already a group? I always get the weirdest search results. I have to be like, the Grace K-pop. Grace is an acapella group, 4 members. So yeah, knew it. So they were it's a female counterpart to TVXQ. So they do that. I fucking knew. Bloody knew it. Yeah. Told you. I told you. Well, actually, I told no one. I told no one. I'm talking to my laptop right now. I knew it. I bloody knew it. I wonder if other groups are like that then. Like if it's stated that I'm pretty sure I could have sworn. I don't know. I don't remember, okay? I'm tired. I don't remember. So Lee Jiyeon, she's main vocalist, born on the 18th of February. Dang, son is her birthday today. 41, 84, making her an Aquarius, and there isn't unfortunately that much information that I can really comment deeply on. But obviously she joined the Grace in 2005 under the stage name Lena, and married musical actor Jang Sung-jo in 2014, meeting in 2011 whilst working on the show Temptation of Wolves, and she can speak Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. And we have Kim Isak, or Idna Diane Simmons. She was the lead vocalist, born on the 25th of May 1985, making her a Gemini. And she has been working as a TV host and actress, particularly as a DJ or presenter or person who works at Ariang radio show. And she obviously went on the Korean Cowboys podcast and talked about Isak and Jiyeon. I actually have listened to a couple of Isak and Jiyeon songs, not Fly to the Sky. Well, I've listened to a few of them, and I would say I do like Isak and Jiyeon more, just because of the fact that it reminds me so much of like Atomic Kitten and the Sugar Babes and the Spice Girls and like that sort of stuff, like a very 2000s song. And like I feel like if I was I don't know, like 12 in 2002, I would have definitely, and like was into K-pop, I would have definitely liked them. But unfortunately, they only released one studio album. And apparently they promoted it for like 10 months. I'm like, shit, that's such a long time. Like our school year, I'm pretty sure, is about 10 months. And like, I definitely felt so much different about myself and like where I was in school from like the September to the July, because we go from the start of September to the end of July. That's our summer holiday in between those times. Like, I could not imagine wanting to, like, being like functioning to perform a song for 10 months, like the same song for 10 months. But she did actually say, Isak, she did say that like apparently they don't perform like the title, like they had like 3 title tracks and they would go on the same circuit for like 10 months and performed obviously the title track for like when one title track, then another, and like promote other songs, I guess, in between those times. So it didn't feel like constantly like you were performing the same song and like telling the same stories. But yeah, there are a few like of these groups that have only released one project and then just never heard from them again. Like particularly Milk, which I have mentioned in the I've forgotten the bloody name again. Madtown, I believe I've mentioned them. They were under a subsidiary of SM Entertainment, so they did have some backing, but unfortunately they only had one release, and I can't find their music. And it really annoys me because I want to listen to it, but I can't. Yeah, with a little side tangent to Milk, they are actually supposed to get Into the New World, which is a song from Girls' Generation. But I really do feel like they could have done well with Into the New World, but I guess we'll never know. Which is an unfortunate thing. They did kind of do some stuff in the future, but obviously it was like more the other members as opposed to Milk as like a group and stuff. But I do recommend Come To Me, which is their one and only song that you can find on YouTube with their music video. It's been remastered, so it looks pretty good. I also didn't mention much about Isak. So she was born in Germany but then moved to Rancho Cucamonga. That is a brilliant name and I love it. There are so many weird place names, particularly in America. And like Americans might be thinking to themselves, well, your names aren't that good. I'm like, yeah, but to me, who lives in a basic town, Rancho Cucamonga, that's a cool name. I'm sorry, but that's a really cool name. And Isak and Nikun from 2PM, they both lived kind of in there at the town. So no, I find it cool. Okay, I don't have much in this world, so I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it and I'm gonna be excited about the name Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah, it doesn't take much in this world to make me happy, does it? So anyway, that has been Fly to the Sky and Isak and Jiyeon. I also tried something a little bit different with the Madtown episode. I didn't cut out as many pauses. Because you can change it to like however fast paced you want it. But I thought that some of the pauses might actually be good. So if you'd like to tell me how it sounds and if you like it better, then please do. But if not, then don't worry, I don't mind. I'm just doing whatever I want to it. This is just for fun. Thank you as always for listening, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye.